there, boys and girls. Today we're going to make a story. And the story is going to have a lot of st words in the story. So s and t go together in lots of words. Words like still, stare, stop. All of a sudden I stopped talking because I couldn't think of one. Anyway, we are going to make a story, and you are going to help me think about who the story is about, where the story took place, what the main character in the story wanted, and how that happened. Okay, so we first need to pick a studly stud for our story to be about. First up, we have Stuart. Ooh, look at Stuart. Now, Stuart likes to be called Stu. Let's practice his name. Ready? Stu. Oh, it's like I hear two in there, so I'm going to do this. Stu. Maybe you want our story to be about Stuart. If you do, go like this, because it's like he's got big shoulders wearing this nice coat. Maybe you think the studly stud for our story should be Stan. Stan the man. And what's cool about Stan is that he has a stash. That's what I call a mustache sometimes. So let's practice saying Stan, like this. Stan. Do it again. Stan. Now, Stan has that cool mustache. So if you want our story to be about Stan, do this. I think most of you picked Stan because you did the stash. Okay, so our story's going to be about Stan. Sorry, Stu. Not about you. All right, let's move on to the setting of our story. That's where the story takes place. Do you think that Stan will be by the stove? Yeah. Stove starts with st. Let's practice it. Stove. Good. Say it again. Stove. So maybe Stan will be by the stove, or maybe Stan will be by these steps. Yeah. Steps starts with st. So if you want it to be stove, do this. Because stoves are hot. So do this. If you want our story to be about the steps, do this. Yeah, that's for steps. Let's practice that word. Steps. So let me see. Looks like most of our friends picked stove. So Stan will be by the stove. Ooh, I hope he doesn't get burned. That could be a problem. I have to say sorry to our steps. Sorry, steps. Story's not about you. Sorry. Okay, so our story is about Stan by the stove. What does he want? Maybe he wants this. This is a stamp. Let me hear you say stamp. Do it again. Stamp. Maybe he wants that stamp. Or maybe he wants a star. Let's practice that word. Star. Say it again. Star. So, stamp or star, you got to decide. If you want the stamp, do this. Yeah, like you're stamping something. If you want the stars, or it's really just one star. I shouldn't have said stars. If you just want this one star, do this and point to the stars. Ooh, it looks like most of you picked stamp. All right, so I got to remember our story. Stan is by the stove, and he wants something to do with this stamp. Now, how is this going to work out? Maybe he needs a stick. Let me hear you say Stick. Do it again. Stick. One more time. Stick. Or maybe our story will have stickers in it. Do you hear that stickers has stick in it? Listen, stickers. I hear the word stick hiding in stickers. Listen again. Stickers. Let's practice that word. Stickers. Stickers. One more time. Stickers. All right. So if you want the stick, make a stick. If you want stickers, well, stickers are sticky, so pretend you're touching something sticky. I think most kids picked the stick. Let's practice that word. Stick. Cool. So here's our story. There once was a guy named Stan who was standing by a stove. He saw that there was a stamp on the stove. I need to get it to stay. Stan was worried about the stamp on the stove. Stan didn't want that stamp to melt, because it would. If you put plastic on a stove, it'll melt. So Stan got out his stick and he saved the stamp. Awesome! That's a great story. Proud of you guys. You made really good choices. Now, I love this story so much I want to remember it. So let's act it out. Okay, once there was a guy named Stan, and he was by the stove. Stan saw that there was a stamp on the stove. Oh no, he needed to get the stamp off the stove. So Stan did something smart. He got out a stick and he saved the stamp. It's a really good story. I'm a little worried though, because my memory isn't the best. That means that I don't always remember what I want to remember. And that's the truth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a picture. Okay, our story was about Stan. And the cool thing about Stan is that he has a stash. Cool mustache, Stan. Look at my nose, too. Look at Stan and his stash. So cool. Stan was standing by the stove. Maybe he was getting ready to stir something. I gave him a spoon. Remember that from last time? Okay, so Stan's standing by the stove wanting to stir. And he sees, oh no, there's a stamp on the stove. Problem. So maybe Stan uses the stick part of his spoon. Or maybe he gets out a stick. Either way, he gets out a stick and he makes the stamp fall off the stove. Stan saved the day. He saved the stamp. All right, so if someone were to walk in right now and see this, would they know that's what I was thinking about? Probably not. You know what works really well? Writing the words down. And I learned how to do that in school, and you will too someday. So what I'm going to do is use this marker to write down the words that I am thinking. Here we go. Stan was standing by the stove. He saw a stamp. He hit the stamp with a stick. Oh, I was probably standing in the way most of the time. Sorry. Anyway, look what I did. I put down all these words. It says this. Stan was standing by the stove. He saw a stamp. he hit the stamp with a stick. I can fix that A a little bit better. Oop. Okay, now here's the thing. Remember I told you that our go-togethers for the day are S and T. You spell that with an S and a T. We can find words in the story that start with st by just finding words that start with S and have a T right afterward. So we're going to find those now. And we're going to move our body for every sound that we hear in the word. All right, so let's start with this word. That word is stand. You see it? Just like I promised. It has an S and a T in the beginning. All right, so the word stand has some sounds in it. Listen. S, t, an. Do it again. S, t, an. I think I heard 4 sounds in that word. Now, look. The word stand is hiding in this next word. This next word is standing. Let's circle that one. Okay, let's twist our bodies for every sound we hear in standing. Ooh, get ready. We're going to get some exercise. S, t, a, n, d, ing. Standing. Let's do it again. S, t, a, n, d, e, ing. Nice. I'm not sure how many it was. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7. All right, so I'm standing now, and we're done with standing. Let's see if we can find another one. Ooh, I see stove. Since I'm standing, let's kick for every sound in stove. Here we go. S, t, o, v. Good. Do it again. S, t, o, v. I think I counted 4. Yep, 4. Good job. Let's do this next one. That word is stamp, and I see it 2 times. So how about if we pretend to stamp with a punch every time we hear a sound, any sound. It starts with S. Here we go. S, t, ah, We can maybe do it a little faster. Here we go. S, t, ah, That spells stamp. We're almost done. Let's do one more. It's the word stick. Okay, how about if we touch our toes for every sound we hear in stick? Here we go. S, t, I, k. Good job. Do it again. S, t, I, k. I heard 4 sounds. Oh, it does feel good to get our bodies moving. How about if we dance? Hey guys, I found a song that has a steel drum. Let's dance to it. Here we go. This is kind of like my stereo these days. Do you hear that steel drum? I hear it. Let's dance now. Let's start with a stomp. Stomp. Now let's stamp. Stamp. Pretend you're about to touch a stove and pretend that it's hot. Here we go. Stove. 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 Good job. Now let's stick our fingers all over the place. Here we go. Stick. 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 Good job. I like it. Now let's pretend to put stickers all over the screen. Here we go. Sticker. 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 Reach your arms out. Sticker. 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 Good job. Remember Stuart? Remember Stu, how he was fancy? Let's be Stu. 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 How about Stan? Let's pretend to be Stan. We're Stan. That's a big mustache. Stan. 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 Good job. Now we'll stomp. and say goodbye.